The wildly successful series My Hero Academia is back. The manga is written by Kohei Horikoshi and is serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump. The first episode of its 4th season has just aired. The 3 anime seasons which aired before it covered the first saga of the series, the UA Beginning Saga, which consisted of 9 story arcs. The second part of Season 3 began the second saga of the series, the Rise of the Villain Saga. Season 3 Part 2 covered the Provisional Hero License Exam arc, and began the 8 Precepts of Death Arc. Season 4 of the anime began airing on October 12th, 2019. It is set to run for 25 episodes. As of this moment, we know that it will cover the entirety of the 8 Precepts of Death Arc. After a year of waiting, the My Hero Academia anime has returned with its 4th season. The 4th season was announced to be in production in September of 2018. The anime picks up from where Season 3 had left off. Season 3 introduces us to a new villain called Overhaul, and to the 3 students who have experience with internships. They are the top 3 students in the Hero program. They are called the Big 3. They are said to have incredible potential, even to the extent of exceeding that of most professional heroes. The 3 members are Mirio, Tamaki, and Najir. The Big 3 are introduced to Class 1A to help to explain to them what hero work studies are, through their experiences of having gone through it to improve their quirks. Mirio explains to Class 1A through his actions about how work studies have benefited him. He challenges the class and defeats all of them promptly. Mirio explains to the class that during hero work studies, the students will be treated like sidekicks. Thus, they will have to get involved and do actual hero work for far longer than what they did during their prior brief internships. Mirio is incredibly powerful. His quirk is called Permeation. When he uses it, his body can go through any object. Mirio explains the weakness of his quirk to the class, that he cannot use his senses while he fights. He had no choice but to make his quirk stronger. He did this by improving his ability to predict his opponent's moves. This was done while he was undertaking hero work studies with pro heroes. Season 3 ends with the newly introduced villain Overhaul making contact with the League of Villains. Just as the upcoming heroes were making progress, the villains are not letting up either. They too are preparing for the future of society. Season 4, which just aired its first episode, continues with mostly filler content covering its first episode. The episode centers around the retirement of All Might and a freelance journalist covering the news. The journalist is attempting to spin the news of All Might's retirement into good news. He assumes that All Might must have a successor, initially thinking that it is Mirio. He changes his mind and turns his attention over to Class 1A. The journalist begins to record the students' daily lives, including their quirks. Once he does this, he concludes that Midoriya Izuku is All Might's successor. The journalist no longer finds a need to write a story. He just wanted to know that even with All Might retiring, there is still hope in the world. The first episode of Season 4 ends with the villain Twice driving Overhaul to the League of Villains. The 8 Precepts of Death arc is the longest running arc in the manga. It consists of 42 chapters. This arc understandably has several elements which impact the ongoing story. We learn more details about All Might, several key events occur relating to the Big 3, and Overhaul exacts out his plans for a world before quirks existed. He believes that quirks are a plague to humanity. We even learn more details about Sir Night Eye. Lastly, very important to this season, we have the introduction of a new character called Eri, which I am sure we will soon learn more about. With this arc only just starting, Season 4 will definitely be worth the wait. Having followed My Hero Academia since its first episode aired, I constantly keep coming back to this show, loving it more after each season passes. The show continues to have a captivating story which makes you want to follow its cast of characters to the end of their journey. Last year I saw the movie Two Heroes, and it succeeded in capturing the same feeling that the show gives me. The original series author Kohei Horikoshi provided character designs and supervised the movie. Following its success, the series now has its second movie in production, My Hero Academia Heroes Rising. The story will be centered around a new villain called 9, who is promised to be the greatest villain thus far. Heroes Rising is releasing on December 20th, 2019, while Season 4 is airing. The future for My Hero Academia is very promising. The manga has reached up to chapter 246 as of recording. The series promises to be another long-running series, showing no signs of stopping. This season of My Hero Academia is set to be really emotional, with some tear-jerking moments, and not to mention unexpected plot twists. The next episode will have Overhaul meeting the League of Villains, as well as Deku and Mirio discussing the internship program with All Might. Without spoiling anything, Season 4 may well be my favourite season of My Hero Academia. Let's see how it plays out.
Sometimes anything doesn't go wrong.